Hello students, today we are going to start our new chapter, that is chapter number 3, and the name of the chapter is Cell, that is of 6th class. Now first of all we will discuss what is cell. So cell is the functional and structural unit of life. Cell, that is important component of our body. Without cell no one living organism can be made. So Robert Hooke firstly saw this cell when he cut a slice of cork. When he cut a slice of cork, what he saw? He saw tiny compartments like this, tiny compartments. But we can't say it with naked eye. He saw it with the help of microscope. So Robert Hooke, that is an English scientist, he cut a slice of cork and he saw the compartments and he named them cells. Now understand what are cells. Likewise, when we want to make a building, what is the main material that we want? We want bricks. Likewise, when living organism that required functional and structural unit, that is cell. So cell, that is the structural and functional unit of living organism. Now Robert Hooke, he observed the dead cell under his microscope. There are some contributions of scientists. First one, that is Robert Hooke. He observed dead cells. Second one, that is Leeuwenhoek. He discovered microscope. And Robert Brown discovered nucleus in plant cell. And the last one is Sheldon and Swan. They gave cell theory. And this question is in your exercise also, who gave cell theory? That is Sheldon and Swan. Now the next topic here, that is variations in cell. Variations in cell. So how can cells can be vary? First one, that is number of cells. Second one, shape of cells. And third one, that is the size of cells. So number of cells. Cells can vary from organism to organism. For example, there are two types of organisms. One is unicellular and second one, that is multicellular. Unicellular, uni means single. The organisms that consist of only one cell. For example, amoeba, that is an unicellular organisms. All the activities that are happen only in one single cell. And second one, that is multicellular. Multi means there are number of cells in an organism. For example, in sponges there are thousands of cells. For example, in humans and whales there are billions of cells. cells that are present in them. Now, larger the size of the larger size, so the number of cells more. If smaller the organism, then there are less number of cells. So it is about number of cells, unicellular or multicellular. The next one, that is the shape of cell. So the cells adapt different type of shapes according to their function. Now we will discuss different type of shapes of cell. For example, amoeba, that is a unicellular organism and it has no shape. Like this, it has no shape. It has some appendages that are called as pseudopodia, and it can change its shape with the help of this pseudopodia. Now the next one, that is muscle cell. Muscle cell. What is the shape of muscle cells? They are spindle or cylindrical. Spindle type or cylindrical. Why is this shape? Because according to their functions, they have to squeeze out into narrow vessels. Now the third one, that is WBC. So WBC also have irregular shape according to their functions. And the last one, that is the nerve cell. So nerve cell have a shape star-like. And here is the axon. And why is this shape? Because it has to transmit the messages from one part to another. So this axon that help them to transmit those messages. Now the structure of a typical structure of a cell. What is the structure of a cell? So cell, it has an outer membrane. It has an outer membrane called as cell membrane, or can be called as plasma membrane. So it is the one structure. Second one, that is here, this one, it is called as chloroplast. Chloroplast. And one structure is more, that is known as nucleus. So what are the three structures in a cell? That is cell membrane or plasma membrane, second one, that is nucleus, and third one, that is cytoplasm. Here you can see the cell membrane, the nucleus and the cytoplasm. These are the three main parts of a cell. Now, what are the three parts? Cell membrane, second cytoplasm, and nucleus. These both are called as protoplasm. Protoplasm. And this nucleus, it contains cell organelles. Cell organelles means it has some parts. Like now protoplasm is what? It is cytoplasm and nucleus. Now cytoplasm that contains different type of organelles like Golgi apparatus, mitochondria, ribosomes, vacuoles. So where the organelles are present, they are present in the cytoplasm, and these three are the main structures of a cell. With the addition of these, one cell wall that is present in an plant cell. So cell wall that is an additional structure in plant cell that is absent in animal cell. Now next one, that is the structure of a typical cell. So here are typical cell. Animal cell, a typical generalized cell contains a cell organelles. You can see here cell organelles, the most conspicuous organelle that is a nucleus, and other organelles that are also present here like vacuoles, Golgi apparatus, mitochondria and ribosomes. Now see, this is an animal cell. Animal cell that consists of outer membrane that is known as cell membrane. Here is a nucleus, and in the cytoplasm there is presence of small vacuoles. Now here is a plant cell that contains an additional cell wall. So it has a difference. It consists of additional cell wall, inner that is plasma membrane, then inside it nucleus and a big vacuole. It has big vacuole and it has some short vacuoles. Now the functions of these organelles. Now first one, that is cell membrane. So here the structure is typical cell, and the outer membrane that is known as cell membrane. Now what is cell membrane? What is the function of cell membrane? It provides shape to the cell. It provides shape to the cell. It provides protection. With this, it separates the content from outside to inside. And most important, this membrane that is selectively permeable. Selectively permeable. Selectively permeable means it allows some substances to enter and not others. Now next structure, that is cytoplasm. So what is cytoplasm? Cytoplasm, it is a jelly-like substance which provide chemical reaction in a cell. Within the cytoplasm, all the chemical reactions that takes place and all the exchange of material that is also takes place in the cytoplasm. Now the next structure, that is nucleus. Now here you can see the structure of a nucleus. Nucleus has double membrane which separate them from cytoplasm, and in the membrane there are some pores. From here the exchange of material that takes place. Here it is called as nucleolus. Nucleolus, it is the site of formation of ribosomes, and here these are chromatin materials which contains the hereditary and information of an organism. So it is about the nucleus, double membranous structure having nucleus, pores and chromatin material. Now what is the main function of this nucleus? That it contains a hereditary material and hereditary units that are called as genes. Now the cell wall. Cell wall, I already told you, that is only present in a plant cell. And cell wall, what is the function of this cell wall? That it is permeable. It allows all the nutrients to come inside. Now the next one, that is vacuoles. Vacuoles in animal cell, these vacuoles are very shorter. while in plant cell there is a big vacuole. There is a big vacuole, and this vacuole, it contains a cell sap. This, what is the function of this vacuole? It provides turgidity to the cell. Now next one, that are the plastids. Next one, that is the plastids. So plastids are the organelle which are present in plants. These are also double membranous structure. Plastids, they are also called as chloroplast. It contains, these structures contain chlorophyll. Now this chloroplast, it is of three types. It is of three types, and the three types are chloroplast, chromoplast, and leucoplast. Chloroplast, that contains a pigment known as chlorophyll. Chromoplast, it contains red or brown pigment. Red or brown pigment. And leucoplast, these are colorless plastids. Now the function, chloroplast, they are present in leaves and carry out photosynthesis because these are green in color. Chromoplast, they give color to the fruits and flowers. And last one, that is leucoplast, these are stored food and present in storage organs like seeds. So this is all about the structures of a typical cell. Now comparison of animal cell and plant cell. Animal cell and plant cell. So animal cell, here cell wall, that is absent. Here cell wall, that is present. In animal cell, vacuoles, they are smaller. Vacuoles are smaller. Here these are bigger. Now third difference, that is here in animal cell, plastids, they are absent, and here plastids are present. What is the mean of the presence of plastids? Because in animal cell there is no need of photosynthesis, and in plant cell there is need of photosynthesis. So here plastids, they are present. Now next one, there are some questions in your exercise. Name the basic components of a cell. So what are the basic components of cell? Cell membrane, nucleus, and cytoplasm. The next one, that is who gave cell theory? Cell theory is given by Sheldon and Swan. Name important parts of nucleus. What are the important parts of nucleus? Nucleus pore, nuclear membrane, nucleolus, and chromatin materials. The next is name various types of plastids: leucoplast, chloroplast, and chromoplast. Name the structures that contain chlorophyll. So that is the plastids. Next one, that is what is the function of nuclear membrane? So nuclear membrane that separate the contents from outside to inside. Now what is the function of cytoplasm? Cytoplasm is a sap-like structure, and all the organelles that are present in that, and all the chemical reactions that takes place in the cytoplasm. Next one question is, what is the importance of chromatin material? Chromatin material, that consists of a hereditary material that contains genes. Next one, why is nucleus important for a cell? Because without nucleus, a cell cannot divide. It controls all the activities of cell, and it contains the hereditary information inside it. Give important differences between animal and plant cell. So here are both. What role does cell membrane play in a cell? It always provides protection, shape, and selectively permeable, so it allows some nutrients to come and some to not. So this is all about your chapter. Now try to solve the internal questions and solve all the exercise. Thank you.